Hello, fairies. Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Hi. Hi, fairy police. How are you doing tonight?
Hi, sweetie. I'm doing fine.
I'm
With
glad.
my fans feeling at full power.
Well, I'm glad. How are you, Cachaco? Do you wanna chat or wanna open your microphone? Both is fine, by the way. He's shy.
So sorry. Hi.
Oh,
My
hi.
eardrums are bleeding.
Hi, Cachaco. How are you doing tonight?
Fine, I guess.
You guess?
Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Let me change the headphones.
Okay. um. Actually, let's just move already to gaming. Yeah. Alright. Well, welcome guys. As for now, let me say, welcome guys. Welcome to another goddamn meet and bleed, especially in summer weed. Hooray! Excited about it, guys? Excited to know more lore about... Yeah, more lore about the Mercury Labyrinth?
Yep, I think that's fair now.
Yeah, more jokering.
More jokering! Alright, Gachaco, yes, we can hear you even a little bit better. So that's cool.
Yeah, sorry. I have two headsets, and I normally use one because it sounds better, but the microphone broke down, so I had to buy another one. And the second one has a good microphone, but the audio is not that good.
Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry. At least for now, we can hear you good, so that's cool. Ooh, I actually forgot to change the chat. So yeah, keep telling me, Cachaco, about your adventures.
No, I was just doing the sketch of the horse girl right now.
Oh yeah, I saw
And
that you shared something.
Yeah, and I got some advice on the skirt and some things, so I need to change those. But so far so good. The pose is nice. The idea is strong.
Ooh, do you actually want me to check it out right now?
If you have time.
Yeah, of course. Okay, let me just change this chat real quick. Yeah. Oh, I changed the... Okay, wait, that was the wrong one. Mid and bleed. Text size, we want it to be 20 pixels. Okay. Just give me a second. There we go. There we go. Yeah, okay, let's check actually your drawing. So let's go into... Oh, where's my channel again? Oh yeah, our promotion. Oh my god! Gachaco, you always have the best... I don't know how to say it. Dynamismo? I don't know how to say it in English. Dynamic, yeah, thank you. You always have the best dynamic in your drawings. They always look so alive, always in motion.
Thank you. I have been polishing that for years. actually comes with a childhood trauma.
Really?
Because my dad used to say that my drawings look very stiff, that they didn't look like alive. So yeah, several years later,
You prove him wrong.
that's the idea.
Wow. Well, I mean, we can tell. We can definitely tell that your drawings are alive, and I love it.
I've been playing this game, and that Kachako's drawing is exactly how I see her when she activates her skill. That makes her run fast on the last seconds of the race.
You know, like,
Yeah.
y'all fairies are so excited about this game. I feel curious. Do you guys really recommend it?
That depends.
On what?
Depends. Well, first of all, do you like the aesthetic of the game? Because it draws a lot. Although not that much, because my sister is not an anime enjoyer and she got into the game. The other thing, don't put any money into that.
Oh my god, okay.
You get hooked
no
really
money.
easily.
Is it a pay to
But
win?
yeah,
Later on,
not
yes.
exactly.
Mm,
At least not in this stage of the game.
In about
Okay.
2 years.
okay,
Yeah,
I
because,
understand.
But I think it's nice if you want something like if you want something to spend some time. Yeah, you can play it while you do some other stuff, so it doesn't interrupt you. Although, if you want to get better, you need to put a little bit more time into the training of the horses.
All right, that sounds dangerous though. You know, when I want to get better at a game, I'm gonna hyper focus on it.
As long as you don't put some money into it, it's okay.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, I'll let you know, guys, if I actually put an effort in it. Not money, but effort.
Actually, I think I told you to. I know I don't. I didn't tell you the name of this girl. The girl of this name is the girl of this name. The name of this girl is Rice Shower. So if you want to see it, I think that you would like her outfit. She has this gothic Lolita aesthetic.
Ooh, I'm already interested. What was her name again?
Rice Shower.
Shower.
Rice shower. Okay, just give me a second. Okay. A derby rice shower.
Uma Musume, Rice Shower.
Or anime.
Anyway, all right. Rice shower, literally rice shower. Okay. Let's see. This girl, right?
But yes.
Let me see.
Right. She cute. She cute.
Yeah, she has this. She has this sad background story.
Cause she's gothic.
Oh, because of the actual horse.
Yeah.
Oh, the actual. Oh no. No, I don't want to hear a story about like a real
No,
animal. No.
Well, they're all real horses.
I know. That's kind of weird, but it's still fun.
Actually, just to show you the idea, look, gold sheep faces.
Oh, gold ship faces.
But erase the
Yeah, but there is the rest.
Rice Shower.
Bah.
There you go. Look at the first image.
No way! No way. She does have the face of a horse.
Yeah.
Damn, they're the same. I don't see a difference. It's like the meme of they're the same picture.
Yeah.
Gold ship. Alright guys,
So
that's
basically,
amazing.
all the horses are real life horses.
Yes, I was told that, but I don't want to hear any sad story about them. I'm sensitive to animal abuse or whatever. I don't know.
Well, we are talking about horse races, so the animal abuse is kind of implied.
Well, good point. Damn, that was good. Yeah, good point. Well, as like a sum up, very good drawing, Kachako. I can't wait to see like the rest of it.
Thank you. I'll try to have it soon enough.
Yeah, you should really use the trend of it right now.
Yeah, actually, I also did something stupid with this drawing because this expression is based on another anime. I
Oh,
don't know
I
if you heard
see.
about Blue Lock.
Nope, first time hearing about that.
Blue Lock is a soccer anime.
Oh, Okay.
Kind of like Supercampeones, but the edgy hardcore version.
How's it called again?
Blue Lock.
Okay, wait up. Look. Just give me 1 minute. Anime Blue Lock.
Well, in this anime, there is this guy called Barrow, and he says that he's the king. He's the self-proclaimed king.
A
And
soccer.
he's this huge guy. Yeah, he's this huge guy with a big ego, and he's like, nobody talk to me, peasants, and things like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I kind of ship him with Rice Shower from the horse anime.
Well, I don't know, but like just by the style of the eyes, I can see the resemblance on your drawing. Kinda. It's the
Yeah.
eyes for me, and even like some part of the teeth.
I also like to make my drawings with exaggerated expressions.
Yeah, it's part of the dynamic of your style.
Like when I make you vomiting.
Exactly. You're always intense. You're always in the burst of emotions.
Yeah, I don't know. I like to see those exaggerated faces. The animes and the shows that I like are the ones that have these kind of things. For example, Teen Titans, the original, not Teen Titans Go.
Yeah.
I was a sucker for that because of the expressions that they have.
Yeah. They had some anime influence to it, even if it was like a Western animation.
Yeah, the anime influence was all over the place.
Yeah. Well, I think
But it
that's
worked.
yeah.
But it worked.
It works. Yeah. All right, Kachako, do you want to say anything else before we start?
No, please go ahead. I have been taking a long time here, so.
No, don't worry, don't
Go
worry.
ahead.
I like to give introduction to people. But yeah, let's not forget about our main topic.
Precisely.
All right. So just give me 1 minute over here. Okay. Well, welcome guys once more to the Mercury Labyrinth lore. Past session, past Meet and Bleed, we were talking about about the past of Jokering, her childhood and her human life before getting into a demon, and then she was turned into a demon and stuff happened. Do you guys want a recap of that, or do you want to jump right into the new content?
Yeah, fast recap of the last session.
Okay, cool. Okay, let me go right into them. Okay, well for that, I actually need to get rid of my music. Hehe. We need something more appropriate. So, just give me another minute to change it. We need our background music. Oh yeah, I got a new follower in YouTube. Nice.
Need a nice soundtrack?
A nice, what?
You need a nice soundtrack?
Yeah, something dark. You have any suggestion?
Depending. Dark like anxious or dark like gloomy?
Dark, gloomy. Like dark Victorian music.
Oh, the Gankutsuo soundtrack.
How to type that?
Let me send you the link.
Okay, please.
Yeah, do I send it in the Meet and Bleed or where?
Yeah, Meet and Bleed, please.
Okay, so let me see.
Meet and Bleed. Here we are. Bum 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 bum. Rock lobster. Da 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 da. Da da da. Da 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 da. I can't start without the music. That's why I'm singing.
Okay, this one's a little short, but I think it works perfect
Ew.
for the recap, mainly because it's
Thank
called
you.
prologue.
I think it sounds just perfect. Thank you so much. I will put it in loop probably. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Just let me put this here. Loop. Maybe a little bit lower. Yeah. Okay, I love like just the beginning of this. I think it's gonna fit just well. Thank you, Cachaco. Alright, so
Yeah,
let's
you're welcome.
actually go. Thank you, yeah. Let's go into the part. Okay, yeah. Okay. We're messing all this stuff. So remember the villain family that was formed by Dallas Villain, Blake Villain, and also Gwyneth Villain, who was pregnant of a second child, but she was victim of the cult of the Capitals. Therefore, she was possessed by the Capitals themselves, and just at the moment of giving life, she died. But she gave birth to a beautiful child, and that is Joy Kellen Villain. And I mean, she's not supposed to be this cute, you know, as I said the other time. She's actually supposed to be more like mischievous, funny, naughty, that kind of like, that type of enchantment and charm in this girl. And she was basically raised by her big brother. Like, Blake is now older in this one, he's a teenager, and he took care of her because the conditions of the place just didn't let that happen, because the place was surrounded by mob people, mafia, and violence. Unfortunately, the way that Blake raised Joy was not okay, because he protected her so much about this danger that literally she didn't have like a danger sense. So everything seems fine to her. She normalized the violence in the mansion, and that started to get her confused. And in general, she was like an untamed girl. Like, no matter how much you will teach her manners, she will always find a way to get her way, right? And even so, she will always find a way to break rules. And that was always like the disgust in people and the rejection of society. And that was such a problem for these siblings, because Blake was always warned that he will lose the custody of his sister if she didn't behave. So Blake will always tell her, like, please behave, because I don't want to get split from you. You're the only thing I have right now, because I haven't got over the death of my mom and stuff like that. But Joy wouldn't really listen. I mean, she was scared of losing Blake too, but I don't know. There was already like a Capital's influence in her, so she couldn't really behave at all. She will even do risky stuff just to get something simple, just like a hug from her father. So yes, no sense of danger whatsoever. And not only that, she will also be witnessing mafia stuff. And she'll be like, oh, that's fun. That looks like a fun game. So yes, totally a violent environment for Joy. And she normalized it. And Blake knew it was too late for that. Also, because of, as I said, Joy was possessed by the Capitals, the ones that killed her mother. So every 80 days, she will be possessed by them. And Blake and part of the villain family, which is Mr. Lowell and his wife, will have their secret way to calm her down and exorcise her. But yeah, it couldn't be a secret for too long, maybe. And like the thing that actually broke everything, that was like, oh, this is actually like the end of everything, is that, well, Joy was just so unhinged, and she couldn't even like measure her strength and was hurting already animals, so it was just a matter of time for her to hurt people too, maybe. So that's when the worst happened. They took Joy away from Blake, and they took her to a boarding school. In there, she made friends, but she was still a naughty girl, and she will always get punished by the nuns. But it was in this place where she finally understood that her so-called condition was not a condition at all, but a curse. This is the moment where she noticed she had a curse. Also, she had her moment of self-discovery, when she found out that she loved circus stuff. Because circus was the only place on earth that will celebrate you for being different, for being extravagant and crazy and happy and jolly, and there weren't really rules in there. And Joy definitely knew that she wanted to work at a circus when she grew up, but that was just a childish dream. Eventually, a mysterious guy from the underworld will lurk Joy into a mysterious place. Therefore, she escapes the boarding school, just to find angels, demons, gods, and creatures that she thought they were just mythologies, waiting for her to take her away. She ran away, but although the picture doesn't look like it, it was a stormy night. And just when running on this bridge, she had an accident and she fell down. She drowned. Her body was like crushed by the pointy rocks in there, and she died. And the final note was just like the perfect touch. I didn't plan that. So yes, the nuns will be looking after her, but they couldn't find her because her body was missing. They told her family, everybody was looking for her, but she was just gone. But instead of just going into the afterlife, or however you want to call it, she was still trapped in this realm. She was a ghost for some reason. And that reason is because the Capitals didn't want to let her go. They still wanted her to be like the host of the Capitals incarnation. And she tried to talk to her friends, to her brother, to her family, but she was a ghost. Nobody could see her. And because of paranormal activity, they left the place. Everyone left the place, leaving Joy alone. I don't know why I'm laughing at that, but it's just that this picture is so funny. But she wasn't alone for too long because her Capitals were talking to her. Trying to gain her confidence, her trust for future purposes. Then we had the Ghostbusters incident, where Dallas, not knowing that a mansion was haunted by his own dead daughter, he called for Ghostbusters. Well, Ghost Hunters, I call it that, to not make it like too obvious. But yes, they went after Joy. Like, they had the steampunk machinery to actually see her and try to hunt her down. And so they tried. But eventually, they didn't, because... ugliest picture, but... the Capitals will tell Joy, like, you know what? Scare them. You're a ghost. Use that. Use that. And so she did. And she scared the shit out of them. And Cachaco's on another song. You want me to use this song now, Cachaco?
No, don't worry. You continue. I'm just checking some soundtracks, and then you can go on.
Oh, okay. So now she was finally alone in her own mansion. Oh, she was alone. But her animal capital friends told her, like, hey, don't worry, we know a fun place where you could go. And they look her just into the cult of the Capitals. They were waiting for her, and because of the activity and stuff, they could see her. And so they used her for the final sacrifice. Splat! And this sacrifice actually turned Joy into a demon. And that's how little Jokering was born. And she was this happy, jolly, creepy, cute little demon. And she hated the fuck out of these people, so she killed them all. And after she did that, she was called somewhere to a celestial place. She was called to the underworld. The underworld, the actual afterlife with angels, demons, and gods. And they were there to, like, okay, so you died, and it's important because you have the capital, so what are we gonna do? Joy was angry, well, Jokering now, was angry at them because she's like, oh, so you're actually the guys that killed me in the first place? But, I mean, she belonged there anyway. And the other side, well, Blake was, I mean, it doesn't look in this picture, but he was obviously devastated by the death of his only family, to be honest. Like, he doesn't care about Dallas and the other people. But even so, he was already suspecting on the cult, living among normal people. So in a party, he made an investigation and he found illegal documents talking about all the shady stuff that they did in the cult, but that costed his life. That in some reason was good news, because that means that Jokering could be reunited with her brother after all these years. I mean, it wasn't too much, but yeah. So yes, they were reunited. And they got a happy ending. Except for Dallas and Doll. Doll was the fiance of Blake. So everybody was sad about them. But they still made their life in the afterlife. So Jokering got to grow up a little bit. She was finally a teenager, and she definitely had a circus personality. And again, she wouldn't really change. She was still getting in trouble. Oh, she also got... I forgot about this. She got engaged with a dude. With a very millennial dude. Like, literally millennial as in like, oh, he's like 1,000 years old. Because that was legal in that times, apparently. Like, we don't romanticize this shit. But it happened. Even Blake wasn't like, I don't like this shit, but I guess it's allowed. And so Jokering had another idea. Groomer, yeah. They didn't have a term for that back then, but yeah. Anyway. She had an idea and she said, well, you know how demons need to do contracts? Well, I have an idea for my contracts. Let me actually focus on helping people out there to make them happier. And so the council was like, yeah, go ahead. And she spent some time doing contracts with humans, trying to help them, like a fairy godmother in a way, but like circus demon energy. But that always implied killing people. And Jokering was like, I don't get why you guys are so mad at me. The person is happy now. But she was also very sad because she will have to eat their souls at the end of the day. So she said like, okay, I'm not gonna eat anymore. I'm not gonna eat souls, even though souls are my only diet. So now I'm gonna be doing contract with people, and instead of eating a soul from them, I'm gonna eat the soul of their enemies. Yeah, that sounds better. And that's how it worked for her. But the underworld was still not in agreement with her because it was like, bitch, stop being such a killer. Okay, got you covered with the gloomy dark soundtrack. Thank you. Thank you. I'll use it after the recap. I'm almost done. They also had to deal with the day 80 shit with her. And she was always getting in trouble. They were getting tired of her. And just like in their human life, she was also being threatened to be split from Blake if she didn't behave. But she couldn't help it. She was influenced by the Capitals. So eventually, they exiled her. And she was thrown out of paradise in a way. So she was back in the human world, unable to go back to the underworld, alone, abandoned. Blake wouldn't claim her. And although she didn't know the reason, like why, like she doesn't understand what really happened, so she takes that Lovelace, her fiance, and Blake, her big brother, just abandoned her. So that's gonna be an issue in the future. I mean, when in reality it's just like Lovelace and Blake just couldn't do anything about it. It was just like out of their hands. But Jokerin leaves this as an abandonment. And so, inside this forest, she was attracted to the sadness of someone else. And instead of working in her own sadness, she said, I'm gonna work in someone else's. So she followed the track until she found the first Mercurized. Ta-da! That was the recap. Now, memories fresh for you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any questions?
Let's go to the new lore.
New lore! So no questions, I guess. We're ready to start this shit. Damon and Angelique. Yeah?
So I guess my character is going to need to have a face-to-face with Jokerin when I met her.
It all depends on how you treat her. Normally she's actually friendly with people and she's like, hey, you wanna be my friend? Because she's desperate to feel connection.
You want to work? I can find you work.
Yeah. Or do you want to test my horn handlers?
I will.
I know you will. I know you would.
I thought she was gonna say something like, "Do you want to be the snowman?" But instead of no, we're using corpses.
Yeah, that sounds a lot like Jokerin, to be honest. Alright, let's get into another song, one of the ones you sent. Let's go for the second one.
What kind of environment do you want to set in? Like something melancholic, something more sinister.
Well, now that I think about it, we're actually gonna start with a happy story right now. So maybe we're gonna save this for later.
Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, I'll let you know.
Actually, that soundtrack also has a happy song.
Really?
In French. Yeah. You want me to send it to you?
Yeah, please. Because when you like fancy happy music, like, oh, I'm so rich and my life is so good, you know, that type of music.
God damn it, this soundtrack has exactly that song. Give me just a second. Let me remember which one was it. I think it was. Give me a moment.
All right.
Okay, in the meantime, you can. In the meantime, Jokerin sounds like a really nice character.
Thank you. Yeah, she is my.
Very carefree despite the trauma.
That's her defense mechanism.
Understandable.
Yeah, she is a type of person that I'm so traumatized. The only way I can handle this shit is like pretending I'm not traumatized. You are traumatized, not me.
I'm not in denial. You're in denial.
Yeah, that is Jokerin for sure.
Sounds nice. Okay, I just need to separate this from the soundtrack because I don't want to send all the bunch.
Yeah, please.
And
I'm just starting. Like, I just read the username of this channel. It says, "I wanna lick Menat's feet."
Oh.
Damn, bro. What is this shit about? Sorry, Fairy Police?
That's sus.
That's sus, yeah.
The name, it's very sus.
It is. So let me listen to this. It's perfect. Alright. So... Damon and Angelique. Damon and Angelique. Fairies and gentlemen. Which are actually this guys, but what happened? How are we gonna end from this, you know? So we're going back in the past. You know what? I'm actually getting very distracted by the lyrics of this song. Sorry, Kachaka. We'll have to search for a different song. I get so distracted with lyric songs. So let's search for something fancy.
No worries.
Yeah, fancy Victorian music. Maybe like the dun 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 da da da. I don't know, this one. Oh, I love that song actually. Okay, I actually just need to search also for a document because I don't remember her full name. Just give me a second. Alright. Da 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 da. Oh, it's over here. Yes. Oh, I had it open already. Okay, cool. Okay, so wait, music. The name of the woman is what? Angelique Barnell. Yes.
Founder of the Angelic Capital.
That's right, from the Angelician capital. Sounds similar? So Angelique Barnell was an aristocrat lady from a rich family, obviously. Her family actually came from a rail business, and she had a comfortable life, like no problems, like no so much luxuries. It was just like standard rich life. So one day, she was on an actual ride with her family, and then she saw something. She saw something that actually caught her attention. A shop. It was actually a hat shop. And when she got into the place, she was stunned by it because the hat shop was filled with all the most extravagant designs. They were breaking the standard of like a fancy hat, you know? They were like, no, they're crazy. They're colorful. They're filled with feathers and roses and embroidery and all this stuff. They weren't afraid of design and fashion. Kind of like, oh, they are from Wonderland, you know? In that sense. She's like, whoa, who's the responsible of making all this shit? I mean, obviously she was a lady, so she didn't say it like that. And so she saw the responsible, the hatter of Damon Reimer. Damon Cachaco.
So she said something like, who's responsible for this preposterous turd?
Yeah, exactly like that. Anyway, Damon, doesn't that ring a bell to you, Cachaco?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. I remember a person with that name.
Yeah, okay. So his name was Damon Reimer. He was actually a middle-class person, a middle-class gentleman, but with a great imagination. He was the designer of all of these hats. So no reason in particular. It's like, oh, he was popular. His shop was popular for being different. And honestly, when Angelique and Damon saw each other, there was a spark. Like, oh, we like this person, right? Yeah. Damon was actually a quite simple gentleman. Like, he wasn't like too handsome, too ugly. He was just like a regular dude. But he was charismatic, and he had a very fancy way of talking. And he was also a bit shy, a little bit like clumsy, socially clumsy. So he said like, well, welcome to my shop. This is my hat shop. And this is my assistant, Taylor. I don't remember her second name. Taylor Stitchley, yes. This is Taylor Stitchley. She is a grumpy teenager and she is the tailor of the shop. So yes, she is Taylor the tailor. Incredible, right? She has a face of kill me please. But she was actually secretly in love with Damon, but for obvious reasons it was impossible. And Damon didn't suspect a thing because man logic.
Of course.
Of course. So Angelique will choose a hat and be like, oh, I really want this one, and she will choose one that fits her perfectly, like filled with feathers and extravagant, and Damon be like, oh, that's a perfect choice, yes. So she bought it and she left. When her family saw it, they were like, yo, where do you get that shit? That's incredible, man. I need to stop my urban vocabulary. Alas, daughter of ours, where did you get that hat? And so she told about
It's more like, alas, dear daughter, where did you find that fancy shenanigan?
Yeah, you're actually better at that. I will need you as a translator of my urban language. So she told them about like the shop of Damon, and they were like, ooh, I really need to see that. And so they saw it. They were also enchanted with the designs, and they were like, I also want one for me, or maybe 20, who knows, we're gonna be your sponsors now. And so Damon was like very happy and respectful for Angelique's family, especially because of their generous purchase. And so the story ends for them there. Because why? Well, you see, because Angelique was already engaged with someone else. Oh no, a soap opera coming.
Well, are you saying that an engaged woman was in love with another man?
Yeah, how original, right?
What? But it's like actual life.
Yeah, it's realistic in that way. So yes, Angelique was sad because she liked Damon and she felt something different she never felt before. You know, that certainty of like he's the one. But of course, she was already engaged. And don't get me wrong, she was engaged to a very good man. He was husband material. Actually, his name is... what's his name again?
Yes.
What? Ambrose Ashcroft.
The good man.
Oh yeah, he's a good man actually, like no kidding. He's a good husband. Ambrose Ashcroft, that's his name. So Ambrose was a very good man to her. And honestly, I feel like every woman can fall for him. But you don't know. Like even if you're a perfect lover, sometimes you're just not compatible with a person. And that was Angelique. And bummer, because Ambrose was very in love with Angelique. But bummer. The reason why they're engaged is because... Yeah,
shame. What a shame.
Yeah, what a shame. The reason they were engaged is because of Victorian business. Their parents, their dads were both like, each of them were like the owners of rail enterprises, and they're like, oh, we should definitely work together, so let's engage our children. And that's how this happened. So yes. So unfortunately, the love was only going in one direction. But hey, at least there was love. Normally they're like, whatever, business. But no, in this case, Ambrose loved Angelique. Anyhow, Angelique will go to parties, as her status will claim. And she was always on the eyes of people saying like, yo, I love your hat so much. Where do you get it? And she was like, well, let me tell you all about it. You should definitely go to this shop. So free advertisement for Damon. Cool. And so Damon actually got more clients. He was already like a little bit famous, at least locally, but now he was becoming a sensation, you know? What happened to the music? Oh, never mind. And Angelique and Damon will still see each other, especially when they found the excuse to buy more hats because we have the money for that, you know? Or like, oh, my family is going again for a city ride, so yes, I'm gonna see you. And yes, there was already a tension between them, but nothing official. They're just like, yeah, we secretly love each other. Like, we don't even tell each other about it, but you can feel it in the air. Eventually, the father of Angelique invited Damon to one of their waltz parties because he was already a friend of the family, and he was
that
what?
head goes hard.
Yeah.
That head is kind of wild.
AI say like, you want a Mad Hatter? Cool, all right.
You get it.
I get it, yeah. So he was invited finally to a party, and he was like, yo, you kidding? Really, sir? Oh, I love you so much. Oh my god. So he actually went in his best. Oh yeah, that's another one. So that brings the Hat's Waltz.
Kind sir, am I invited to your afternoon tea party? That seems amusing. I might be going as quick as the wind.
Lovely, lovely. You are very good at this one. So, questions so far about Angelique and her platonic interest in Damon? Nope.
Questions about Angelique and why she's a cheating whore?
Ayo.
I'm just a man. I got no comments for that.
Okay. Anyway, the Hat's Waltz. Let's go into the party now. So Damon assisted to the waltz, and he was in his best looks, in his best middle class look, but yes. And he started to know all these people, and they were just big opportunities for his business. They're like, oh, so you're the Hatter from the, I forgot the second name again. From the Barnell family. He's like, oh yes, I am that person, yes. And he was always like so humble and so shy, like, yes, that's me, hi. This picture is wrong. I could never make fucking Ambrose handshake with Damon. But okay, imagine that Ambrose is handshaking with Damon. They got to meet each other. And so Angelique's like, well, Damon.
He's like, Damon? Nah. I want no. Damon is the Hatter, right?
Yes.
Who's the other one?
Ambrose.
Yeah, because I can't pronounce. Ambrose was like, Damon? Nah, I want Angelique.
Yeah, bisexual panic in this case.
Give me the girl. Forget the man.
It's like, more like Ambrose saying, "My dearly beloved, you shall have an external affair with this man," and the girl is just like, "Okay, but I regret it."
A deal.
Yes, all different stories in just one picture. No, well, Ambrose got to know Damon, and Angelique introduced them to each other. Like, oh yes, this is my fiance Ambrose Ashcroft, and this is my Hatter, the Hatter of the family, Damon Reimer. And Damon, I mean, was quite respectful with Ambrose. And Ambrose, poor little silly guy, he had no clue about anything. So he not loved, but he liked Damon. He's like, oh, he's a nice guy. Oh my god, I feel bad about Ambrose.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy.
Yeah, he's a very nice guy.
That's all this whole story is bringing still memories.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm so sorry about that. But anyway.
Don't worry.
Because of how things were already formed, Angelique had to dance with her beloved Ambrose. And they actually look like a very good couple, but Damon will be looking in the distance like, yeah, this is impossible, dude. Or was it?
Sorry to interrupt, but did you guys in Mexico had these old
commercials
about the Tang? These
Oh yeah, Yeah, the butler.
Yeah.
Jaime, dame tongue. Señor. Tongue.
So the guys are dancing and Damon is in the back like no se lo merece.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes. It's just that mood. No, actually Damon, because he's also like humble, he's like more like I don't deserve this. That type of guy. But was it impossible? You know, after the waltz, when everyone was just talking, Angelique got to rest in a more private hall, and Damon made her company, just talking. Oh, I forgot to mention, Damon was just not a hatter. He was also a poet. He loved to write poems, and Angelique will enjoy listening to him recite a poem. So he did once more in that moment. And then they kissed!
What? No way.
I'm sorry to break again the mood, but the moment you said like he said a poem and then they kissed, I just imagined this poem from SpongeBob. Un peruano timurato soñó que se comía su zapato. Despertó después de un rato.
No! He's gonna and I'm gonna be like, this was all a dream. No, this is real. This is definitely happening. Fuck. So the tension was already too big, and since nobody was looking at them, they finally kissed. Oh no, a first-class lady
That's
kiss.
obscene.
Yes, that's dirty.
So obscene.
That's obscene and dirty.
Obscene.
And yeah, they kiss. And they were like, whoa, what did we just do?
Okay, I don't know about you, but I need one of those kisses that takes 10 years away from me because they kissed and then they look 10 years younger.
Yeah, what happened,
Yeah.
right? Ignoring that fact, I mean, well, they had glow in their eyes. They felt alive again, you know? Huh? So they're like, oh, Damon, did you just kiss me? Well, I'm afraid I did, my darling. So what now? What does this mean? It means selfish love. Questions? Comments?
No
Nothing,
comment.
just imagining.
I will just ruin it.
the other
So
room
just
saying like, yeah, the Haller is a nice guy.
you see this guy.
Ambrose in the other room be like, oh, I really like Angelique's friend. He's such a nice guy. But yes, they obviously arranged a secret romance. Nobody knew about it. So selfish love.
I know. I'm gonna tell you.
You're gonna tell
No, I
their
can't tell
parents?
because I forgot his name.
Ambrose?
Yeah, Ambrose.
We thrive and we pray for Ambrose. Poor guy.
Yeah.
For me, it's easier to remember his name because there's a wrestler with that name.
Yeah, you what?
For me, it's easier to remember Ambrose's name because there's a wrestler with that name.
Oh.
Yeah. Western Ambrose.
Dean
Is
Ambrose.
it, a French wrestler?
No, I don't think so. It's just a regular North American wrestler.
Yeah.
Also, I think there is a Sims dish called Ambrosia, which, I mean, it allows to revive a ghost.
Oh yeah, I was asked for one on a quest, but I could never make it grow in the garden.
Oh yeah. Anyway, selfish love. So, a time has passed since that forbidden kiss. that sealed a forbidden and secret promise. And so Angelique was enjoying one of her lovely hats in a garden party with her family and guests. And then something happened. Ambrose proposed finally to Angelique. Will you marry me? And her answer was no. No, she was thinking.
What was?
She was thinking. What?
She looks like crying.
It's supposed to be sweat, but yes. Now we need tense music. Cachaco, do you have something dramatic?
Yeah, it's dramatic. Try with the number 16.
16. All right.
I think it's the first one that I sent you.
Yeah. It doesn't have lyrics, right?
No.
Okay. Yeah, it can work. We need something dramatic or tense. So she was like, oh my god, he proposed to me. What should I do? I mean, he asked in front of many people. They are all waiting for my yes, but I don't feel like saying yes. Ambrose is a really nice guy, but my heart belongs to someone else. So she ran away. She said, no, I'm so sorry.
No, she said, what was the name?
Ambrose?
No, the meme. Lo siento, pero no acepto.
Perdónenme a todos, no acepto.
Perdónenme a todos, no acepto. I'm running away.
Na 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 na. Yeah,
well,
so
if my memory serves right, in this kind of period, it pretty much doesn't matter her opinion.
No, it doesn't matter, but we need her to run away because she runs away. It looks like a funeral. I know this, but no. She's just like, she picked the first carriage and she said, quick, as fast as possible. I'm gonna pay an extra money for that. And she actually arrived somewhere specific. And she told her lacayo, I don't know, the guy that rides the thingy. Lackey, thank you. And she told her lackey, like, please don't let anyone know where I am. Take some money. I'm gonna buy your silence. He's like, well, how could I say no to that young child? Okay. And obviously, she came into the Damon's hat shop. And she was hiding from her family because she heard how they were chasing her down. But as far as she knows, they don't know she got there. But it's just a matter of time to be found. and she saw Damon, and Damon was like, what happened? And she's like, oh, Damon, it's a tragedy. I was proposed for marriage. He's like, oh no. I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, isn't that supposed to be a good thing?
Yeah.
No, actually, despite the love that Damon felt for her, he resisted a bit. He was like, why did you do that? Like, Ambrose is good. You should say yes. And even if you don't want to, you still need to say yes. You're gonna get in trouble, lady. And she was like, it's just...
You're gonna be the talk of the town.
You're gonna be the laugh of the town.
Yeah, the whole town is gonna know.
Yes, your family is gonna be the laugh of the town. So, Angelique, I recommend you actually to return to your family. They must be worried about you. You can't just disappear like that. She's like,
more important, the hat business is not going very good. So if you don't marry Ambrose, who's gonna keep the business floating?
Exactly. We need Ambrose to be patronizing this shit. But Angelique was the most selfish of these two because she said, no, I don't care. I love you, Damon, and I want to be with you. And so Damon was like, darling, I love you too, but our thing can't be. I am middle class and you're first class. And you're already engaged, I'm not. And she said, that's why I ran away, to have my only chance in life to construct something new with you. Because obviously abandoning my old life is gonna be a good idea. He said, are you sure, my darling? Seriously, it's still not too late to go back. I'm setting of that, Damon. I want a life with you. And then, with all the weight of his heart, but also selfish, he bowed to her and he said, all right, I will make you happy. Let's run away together. Yay. And
So Damon was like, but my darling, I cannot make you my bride because I'm a middle class man and you're an aristocrat and not the gender that gets the inheritance.
Yeah. What if you actually marry Ambrose first and then you steal his wealth and then you go with me? No. No, they didn't think about it. No, they didn't. So Damon told her, okay, but for that, you need to hide. Hide in the... It's not supposed to be the basement, it's supposed to be the attic. Hide in the attic of this business, and we'll leave in the middle of the night. But don't get out of there until I tell you so. And so also Damon talked to Taylor. Remember Taylor, her teenager assistant? And he said, Taylor, baby girl, I'm in love. And I'm going to abandon you, alright? What? Taylor was not related to Damon in any way, but she was kinda... I mean, not even adopted. She was just an employer of Damon.
Yeah.
That he rescued from the streets.
Took care of my shop.
Yes.
Don't burn it down.
And he said, so now this shop is yours. She's like, I don't want that shit. I don't want your shop. I mean, she didn't say it, but she's like, I want you. Fuck Angelique.
Yeah, she said, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. But Damon said, don't worry. This is not a... For the forbidden love and escape? Oh, thank you. Yeah, we're gonna need it like in 5 minutes. He said, don't worry, darling. I'm not leaving you forever. I'll keep seeing you. I have a plan. I'll keep making hats. But now they're going to be from your authority? You're gonna say you made them, not me, okay? So she didn't have an option, so she had to say yes. And actually, Angelique's family, the Barnell family, came to the shop to tell Damon about it. And she said, they say, Damon, you won't believe it. Angelique ran away just when Ambrose proposed to her. Have you seen her? He's like, no, I haven't seen her. I don't know where she is. I am worried just as you are, guys. Yeah. And yes, her family was dead worried about her. But she was too selfish to care about this. And they couldn't find her.
Too horny.
And was too horny indeed. Ah, come on. Ambrose was also a good partner for that. it looks like he's a good... He's a pleaser guy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ambrose is a nice guy.
Yeah.
That's why he got last.
Moral of the story, never be a nice guy to a woman. Hey, don't listen to me. Nah, in this story, yes, he was not considered. So yes, while they were looking for her, Angelique was doing the suitcases. I mean, she didn't take anything with her, but she will find like dresses that Taylor tailored And she's like, okay, they're gonna be mine now. And I'm also suitcasing the things from Damon. And we're preparing everything to run away. Oh, music. For the escape. Mysterious. I like it. I want to sneeze. It ran away. Never mind.
Achoo.
True. It ran away again. Okay. So she made the suitcases, and just in the middle of the night, they escape to the woods. Damon and Angelique. They finally ran away. So, the aftermath.
Oh, I thought there was going to be like a chase or something.
No, but I still need this eerie music. Oh. No, I don't need this. Do you have something more sad?
Something sad from the soundtrack that I sent you, perhaps the 17th, maybe?
17.
Or the 7th.
I'm gonna use this one. Hopefully it works. Yeah, it's sad. Okay. The aftermath. What happened after they ran away? Well, they were sad. After a time of looking for them, for Angelique, they could never find her. They didn't know what happened to her. And they're worried because maybe they think she's dead, that something bad happened to her. They don't know what happened. Either way, they lost it already, and that is grief already. So everyone's sad about her. And they actually went to Damon's shop again to let them know, like, you know what, we never found Angelique. Just to find that Damon is also missing, suspiciously, and actually, there is only just one person remaining in that shop. And that is Taylor, the grumpy kid, teenager. And she's like, what? Yes.
She said, like, yes, they ran away.
Yeah, actually,
No,
she...
they were actually more like, oh no. Now Damon is also missing too. Two people missing at the same time. What are we gonna do?
Like, a minor is running the shop. What are we gonna do?
Again, by the time that was kind of normal.
Yes, actually, yes. And she kind of gave away information. Not as revenge, but more like... I mean, yes, kind of revenge. All she said was, yes, Damon is gone. I don't know where he is. Don't ask me. I just know he's gone. So it was kind of easy to make, like, the suspicion of, well, I mean, something happened with Angelique and Damon. We don't know what was it, but something happened. Like, there is a correlation here. Literally. And poor Ambrose was so sad. Because not only he didn't get to marry the love of his life, now the love of his life was missing. And apparently, I said Ambrose, right?
Yeah, you said Ambrose, but the love of his life was Damon.
Yeah, that was Damon. So he was sad because all he dreamed of is now gone. And most of that, he's worried about Angelique, but we don't know what happened. The isolation. Now I need, like, countryside music. Do you have that? Or do I search it myself? I don't have a problem with that.
Search it yourself. I don't have that one on that soundtrack.
Okay, cool. Now we need music like we live in the countryside. Yay. Countryside. Victorian background music. English minor countryside, I suppose. Come on. I don't hear shit. Oh, it's just music. I mean, ambience. No, that's gonna be jokering in a bit. Pride and Prejudice. Yeah.
Actually, if you're going to use that one for Joker, I have the perfect one.
Oh yeah, please send it already. Okay, yes, this can work a little bit. The isolation. While everyone was sad and grieving for Angelique and kinda by Damon, yeah, Damon as well. Angelique and Damon were having their best life. They actually retired to the countryside, and Damon and Angelique worked together to build themselves a little humble cottage. Yay! And I love how actually AI said, oh, all the trunks are gonna fit in his head. Okay. By the way, he doesn't have a mustache, but okay. And so they built a cozy little humble cottage for themselves, and they were ready to live the cottagecore life. Together, with no worries, no taxes. Just the two of them. Which have to work for everything. Like, they have to get their own food, they have to get their own everything, but hey. Damon applied to Angelique de que viviremos de amor. So, anyway, they were happy. And Angelique actually changed totally her life from being an aristocrat to a housewife. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm a feminist, and I believe in the free choice of women, and if they actually want a very traditional life, so be it. But I personally think it's a waste in the situation. But she's happy about it. Not my life, it's hers, so she's happy. She's happy to be a housewife. Cooking the food and cleaning the house and getting the ingredients and stuff. While Damon actually had a workshop in the cottage where he could still work on his top hats. On his hats in general. And every time that he made his hats, he will send them to Taylor. So they will meet secretly, like, you haven't told anyone about us, right? No. Alright, go sell these hats and you give me 50% of this shit. Alright. And, by the way, I think this is the first step to the Mercury Labyrinth, in my opinion. In order to fabric this hat on his own, he had to get all of the ingredients in nature. And that implied mercury. Citrate, citranato de mercurio, I think it was. Citrinate of mercury. I don't know, you get it. It was like mercury combined with something else.
Citrate mercury?
Yeah, I think it is that. Yeah. And
by the way, that was the man who poisoned me, that rat bastard.
Yeah, look at him. So this guy found mercury in a cave. There was a mining cave near their house, so it was perfect. It was a perfect location for his hat fabrications. And I don't know if you know this, but also like hatters will do hats out of hare's fur. So that's why like the Mad Hatter and the March Hare were a thing in Alice in Wonderland. Like it's real. They will use their fur to do the hat. Plus the mercury citrinate or however you call it. And tada, you had a perfectly top hat from the Victorian times. And Angelique was but she was impressed by the beauty of the mercury. Liquid metal, how's that? It was beautiful, hypnotizing. But yes, they will have a pretty good, calm countryside life. Damon will keep writing his poems and recite them to the love of his life. What could go wrong? Oh yeah, Angelique has started to notice that Damon's hands are trembling. A little too much, almost as if he was nervous, but he's not. So she let us know that. She lets him know that, and he's like, I'm fine, babe, don't worry. But it's time for the mercury intoxication. Questions?
How much percent he has right now? About 5%?
Good question. Yeah, I guess it's like 5 to 10% of mercury intoxication.
I thought that she would say something like, "I didn't left my inheritance and my wealthy husband for a shaky dude. Come on, be a man."
She's like, you know what? I regret this. No. So now I need something dark, Cachaco. Something that is like, something's building up. Something
Number
bad.
11.
Thank you. I love how you have it like perfectly. 11. Do. Yeah. So, mercury intoxication, number 34. Apparently, Angelique was also presenting some symptoms. She was being moody. She was like feeling like in a bad mood out of nothing. And Damon will ask the dangerous question of, are you in your period, baby? Not just kidding, but yeah, Damon will notice a change in Angelique, and although he wouldn't judge her, he's like, what's wrong with you? Like, are you okay?
Yeah.
I think that in that time they wouldn't say, "Are you in your period?" but they would say, "Is Satan visiting you this day?"
You're a witch.
You're a witch. You're hysterical.
You're a witch.
Nah, but Damon is also a good man, but not as good as Ambrose.
Because he likes the money.
He liked the money. I mean, where's the money in this though? She left without a single pound here, but okay.
I mean, what's he gonna do with money in the middle of the forest?
Good point.
You
Also,
can always hire a dwarf.
dwarf. The fairies in the forest and fantasy creatures. Damon was also presenting more symptoms. Not only Angelique was getting all moody, Damon was becoming aggressive. He wouldn't ever hurt Angelique at that point. I mean, he wouldn't ever, but he will be like, I hate this fucking food, and then he will just be like throwing the plate because she's like, why the fuck you did that? It took me all morning. He's like, I'm sorry, baby. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just feel all this grr, you know? Grr.
I'm sorry, baby. I didn't know it was that difficult to fry an egg.
Like, oh, baby, you hate it so much. What's wrong? Not only that, Damon will also be losing his speech. Every time he tried to recite a poem now, he will be stuttering and be like, I love you, Angelique.
Yes. My oldest trauma.
Aww.
Reciting poems in the middle of the whole school.
Oh, you used to stutter at school?
No, I didn't.
Oh, but you were afraid of that.
No, I used to recitate poems in elementary school. But once I didn't try to learn the poem until the last week, so I didn't really learn it. And I was stuttering and forgetting the lines at the time of the event.
Oh man, that must have been embarrassing for you.
Yeah, I was I froze right there, and that's where I got my uh, stage panic. I cannot be in front of crowds.
Aww. Don't worry, it's a completely normal feeling. We will take care of you. Right, Cachaco?
I guess. Luckily, I didn't have that kind of trauma because the only time I was in a school play, I had to be a volcano. So I was just inside the mountain, and when the volcano erupted, I just had to throw confetti, and that's it.
Ah, that's cute.
Yeah.
I used to also have like stage panic, and look at me, I'm a VTuber now. So yeah, lots of speech for Damon. And in general, Damon was the one that was going insane faster than Angelique. There was already like neurological damage to him, like he was already hallucinating, being delusional and stuff, and he will just be like screaming at shapes that he will see in the forest, while Angelique will be like, "Darling, there's no one there."
And he was
You
like,
are
"Can't
the
you
Lulu,
see
my
the
friend."
panic of this man that told me that gloomy poem of the sad clown?"
Did you say something else, Fairy Police?
She's like, you are the Lulu, my friend. There's nothing there.
Yeah, she was just like that. It's like, bro, there's nothing there. Like, I see it! I see it! You can't fool me! I see a March hare! And he wants me to have a tea party! Oh, by the way, today is, it's not the Independence Day. It's, it's Alice in Wonderland's Day. For real.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay!
Also, Angelique will be suffering, just like Cachaco, nauseous. She will start feeling nauseous.
And she also killed a person because she has like the tear tattoo.
The cholo tears. You want to say something else, Fairy Police?
Yeah, she's nauseous. Like,
Yeah.
she's pregnant.
Unfortunately, it's not that type of nauseous. But yeah, she will be like puking, and in general, like all food will disgust her because Mercury was also like messing with her stomach and stuff. And then all of them together, we're having cardio lung type of, I don't know, their chest will start hurting. It was hard to breathe. It was painful to breathe. They were in the bridge, on the bridge of death. I put you that way. And their family.
Mercury or something, because they got that really fast.
Nah, this is a sequence. But this happened like within weeks or months, you know? But yeah, this is like how the symptoms were growing. And fortunately or unfortunately, Angelique's family never stopped looking for her. And they were close, especially because of certain Taylor. And they will find the cottage. So it's like, oh, we were warned about a cottage in the forest, so maybe this is the one. Let's get in. Oh no, they saw something terrible.
Oh no, they're not frying the eggs.
Angelique and Damon were already dead.
No.
Yeah, they were dead. They died already.
Can you go back to the previews? They're like, look,
That one's
they're
funny.
using forks. They're using forks on the frying pan. They're gonna damage it.
By the way, I'm very concerned about the shape here. This shape.
Yeah.
Like, what's that? Or in general, look at
The
his
other one
face.
is
Look at his
angry.
face. Look at his
Yeah,
face.
that one is angry.
Yeah, I think the one in the back
What
is
the
the
fuck?
corpse.
I can't see. I'm too far away.
What were you saying, Kachako?
I think that the one in the back is the specter that they found in the woods and they brought it with him with them.
Yeah, the ghost was also scared, like, oh no, they're dead.
They were like, bro, come look at this shit.
But yeah, they found them dead. Now we need sad music again.
I think that is number 7.
Okay, number 7. 7. All right. Hooah. So after this discoverment, the Barnell family told Taylor about it, and she was devastated to know that her platonic crush was dead. Because more than a platonic crush, he was also a family to her. The only family she had, so now she had nothing.
And she was like, now who I'm going to abuse?
I know. So they arranged a funeral for both of them, for Damon and Angelique. Despite everything, despite discovering that there was a love affair and that was the reason of the runaway, I mean, they couldn't really hate them, so they put them together. And Ambrose, widow already, the Black Widow, already grieving for the actual death of his love
But
of her life.
why a widow?
Because,
She said no.
well, you know what I mean.
Okay.
Ambrose was devastated.
I get the feeling.
Yeah, kinda.
Ambrose was devastated, crying his heart out, and the people tried to console him, like, Ambrose, I know that you're lost. And he was, yes, the love of my life. I cannot live without her. I cannot live with this news. Yeah, poor Angelique. Ah, yeah, I heard you.
I was talking about my baby Damon, beach. No, I mean, yeah, he was obviously sad about it, devastated, destroyed by the news of the death of Angelique. So much that he did a stupid thing. And everyone found him
No.
sleeping. Poor guy, he just couldn't live with this
That's
news.
not. Yeah, but that's not the original boy. Romeo did it first.
Yeah, but this is not Romeo, this is Ambrose. So yes, he thought that he was gonna reunite with Angelique, not knowing that she was gonna become the first Mercurized.
Mercury.
What the fuck?
Mercurized. Los Mercurized.
The first Mercurized. Questions? Comments?
Not right now.
Okay. Now we need, again, creepy music, dark music. So maybe I can reuse one of the ones you said already, Kachako, or I can keep looking for the ones that you sent me.
You can reuse the number 11. I think that one is good for creepy atmosphere.
Okay, yeah. The first Mercurized. So, they died, Angelique and Damon, but they weren't allowed to rest because there was already an energy, a curse already in the area. So they arised as ghosts, most specifically as mercurized, but that was still not a known term back then. So they were scared and shocked at the fact that they were resurrected in a way. But they tried to go to the city just to find out that they were invincible to all people. Nobody will notice them. They were already very dead. They were ghosts, living ghosts. That was devastating for Angelique. She hated the fact to be dead and to be invisible by everyone. But at least she had Damon, and Damon had Angelique. So they were together at least in this limbo with them. And so they decided to give themselves a proper death rest by just like staying enclosed in their homes, just existing but not existing at the same time. And that's how we get to the contract.
So they basically became an old age couple.
Yeah, they will just coexist by laws of nature. Their marriage was already old enough. Bummer, right?
I imagine that's
You live
like
for an eternity, you run out of things to talk about.
Yeah, you eventually don't have any subjects, I guess.
I imagine that scene like the ending of Finding Nemo. It's like, at least I got you, Damon, and at least I got you, Angelique. ¿Y ahora qué?
¿Y ahora qué? Well, I need mystery music for this. Do you have it, Cachaco?
I don't have anything at the moment that comes to mind from the ones that I sent you. So you can try one, or you can search one of your own,
Okay.
like a mystery music.
Yeah. Dark mystery background music. Yeah.
I have a scary
this
owl
one.
if you need it.
A scary what?
A scary owl.
No, thank you. I don't need it. So, yes, Beyond Arkham, Lovecraft shit. Okay. The contract. Da-dee-da-dun, la-dee-da-dun. So, as you guys remember, we were talking about Jokerin. We're back at her. And what the fuck is this hand? I hate it so much. But okay, so she was exiled from the underworld, a place where Damon and Angelique should be belonging to, but they don't. And she could smell the sadness of a couple of persons. And instead of working in her own issues, she said, I'm gonna work in someone else's, so I'm gonna be following this blue glowing smoke, which represents like her power of smelling sadness or tracking sadness. Because as a circus demon, she cares a lot about like other people's happiness, so it's like, oh, I'm smelling a problem, you know? And so she found them. She found the source of the sadness. Damon and Angelique, two ghosts living in a cottage in the middle of a forest. I don't know why AI gave cat ears. Cat ears to Jokerin. Although I told them like, oh, it's supposed to have horns, and they're like, cat ears, you got it. So okay.
So furry Jokerin arrived.
You know what? What's even like weirder about this? A very old design of Jokerin did have exactly these ears plus the horns. I don't know how the fuck the AI said, hey, I want to stick to her old design. Oh my god, that's creepy. But anyway, so she was like, oh, you guys are spirits. You guys are sad because you're dead, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're sad because of that. So, Damon and Angelique sad spirits will tell Jokerin their story. How they met, how they fell in love, how they ran away, how they die for a reason they cannot understand yet. And Jokerin was touched by it. She was like, oh, poor spirits. I feel so sorry for them.
That sounds so sarcastic. Oh, poor spirits. Boo-hoo.
It was not meant to be like that, but yeah. No, she was actually like, poor things. I feel bad for them. That sounds like a tragic story. But then, Jokerin got into her party energy that she always has. And she's like, well, no worries. That's why I'm here. Let me present myself. I am Jokerin. Therefore, I am a Joker. Therefore, I can take care of your unhappiness. So what do you say?
Do you want to use the circus music now?
Actually, yes. It's a good moment to use it. Oh.
Yeah, circus music.
It's this one? Yeah, Circus Joker.
Yeah, that one.
Wildest American Patrol, the president's... What the fuck?
So trust me.
Okay. Let me listen to it for a moment. What? That's a circus song! Alright, okay, let's go back then. So, once more. Ugh, it's loading. So it's like, well, worry no more, spirits, because I am Jokerin. A Joker. Therefore, I take care of your unhappiness. So what do you say? Will you let me make you happy? These are modern times, you know. I won't ask for your soul, but I will ask for... Let me stay with you. I don't want to be alone. And Angelique and Damon were like, is this a good idea? I mean, she's a demon. We can't trust demons. And Angelique was like, yeah, but have you looked at her? Look at her. She's cute. She's cute. She's a circus demon. How could that be evil? Yeah, right? She's not evil. So they actually handshakes. She looks fucking terrible in this one. They handshake. Jokerin makes the contract with Angelique. She's like, well, it's a deal then. I'm gonna be working in your unhappiness while you let me stay with you guys. Nice. I'm not alone anymore. Yee-hee. And so Angelique had the demonic seal of Jokerin, basically marking that she sold her soul to Jokerin, even though she's not gonna claim it. The mark to say like, oh, I am sold to Jokerin is basically like poker symbols. So yeah, it's like, oh, look at me.
So now she's gonna be the dealer of the casino.
Yeah. So that brings us to the uncommon family. Questions? Comments?
Yeah.
Casino rolls?
Did the circus music work?
It worked. But we need to change to another thingy. Uncommon family, we can go back to this one. Where is it? This one. Because we're gonna have a slice of life now. A very wholesome one.
Okay, dude.
What?
The volume of the music might be a bit low for me.
Oh, the volume of the music is low for you.
I can hear it, but I feel like it's a bit low.
Is it better like this?
Yeah, there it is.
Okay. An uncommon family. So after I mean, this picture is like so creepy because it looks a lot like actual Jokerin, but so Jokerin.
Copyright infringement.
What?
Copyright infringement.
Yeah, I'm going to sue the AI for doing this. Well, so after Jokerin made the contract, sealed the contract with Angelique and Damon, she was like, well, I see that you live in a shitty cottage. I can definitely fix that. And she made like a swirl with circus magic, like phew. And then she fixed the cottage into a pretty one because you must know, Jokerin has cartoon logic type of powers. Toon power logic. So it's like, oh, I'm just gonna be like snapping my fingers and suddenly I'm gonna create a cottage. That is the type of powers Jokerin have. They're not really like, oh, I'm super powerful and destructive. It's like, oh, I can create a dimension just like nothing. Which is a different type of chaos. Angelique and Damon were like, wow, sis, you can make that? We should have known. We shouldn't called you before. So we didn't have to build it ourselves. And so grateful with Jokerin, they offer her to join the family. As a family. The mom, the dad, and the daughter. And she was surprised at that. She was like, really? You actually want me? Because again, she has abandonment issues and she doesn't feel like, deep inside, she doesn't feel disturbing of a family. She doesn't feel disturbing of people who want to stay with her. So actually being chosen is like, what? So she's like, oh my god, okay. And weird that feeling, she was accepted as the daughter of Angelique and Damon. Remember, she was a teenager back then and she was like, what the fuck is this? Well, this is called family. Something that not even as a child she had. She never had a mom. She had an absent dad, so all this feels extremely weird for her. But she got used to it pretty quickly. And so they became a happy family. A ghost dad, a ghost mama, and a demon daughter. Sounds just right. A supernatural family. Nobody will ever mess with them. And they actually spend time together. Jokerin will have like time quality with Angelique by cooking and doing like housewives thingies. Like, you know, girly stuff, I suppose. But actually, Jokerin fitted more with Damon. The change of music is perfect. Yeah, actually she bonded better with Damon. Not by anything in particular, it's just like the compatibility of them fit better. And Damon will be reading her poems, writing poems about her, and she was pleased with all that. She never felt loved by a parent. She never knew that, so she was amazed by this lifestyle.
So you're telling me that Jokerin has daddy issues?
Yeah, and mommy issues. Parents issues. Yeah, kinda, yeah. And so it was like such a good relationship between Damon and Jokerin. That is, Damon, the one that actually built Jokerin's famous top hat. It was him as a little gift for a little demon. And she was so happy about it because it fit so much her circus personality. So she really was grateful with this gift. And why is she still a cat? I don't get it. It was horns, but okay. So now we go into the taste of Mercury. Questions? Comments?
No, we're good so far.
Okay. Yeah. We need again mystery music. Any suggestion, or do I reuse anyone?
You can reuse.
Yeah, which one was like a mystery song here, Kachako?
16.
Or maybe I should search for myself. Yeah.
It was the terrifying, it was the 11.
No, not terrifying, the mystery one.
Mystery one.
Well, I can use this one.
Okay, that one.
Alright. The taste of Mercury. was it? Oh, they're actually in different order, but Jokerin was intrigued by Damon's creative process of fabricating hats. So she said, "Hey, Papa, take me with you. I want to see how you do everything." And Damon was like, "Oh, yeah, sure. Come with me." So he took her to the mining cave where they find the Mercury. And it was the first time that Jokerin ever got to see Mercury. That beautiful liquid silver. She's like, "Yo, this is sick. I love this." And she got a little too curious with it. She was like, "I love it. It looks so beautiful. Look at it." And then there was a lot of mercury in the house still. So, yeah, she had easy access to that. And so she had the stupid idea of tasting it like fucking tea. She drank it. She drank a whole cup of that. And she was like, "Yo, this is the best shit I ever tasted before."
You.
What?
You girl, you.
Jokerin was fascinated with the flavor of it. She expressed that it basically tastes like blood. And that is amazing because like that, she doesn't have to hurt people to drink blood because blood is kind of part of her diet. So Damon was like, "Okay, that's weird, but I mean, you're a demon and you cannot be really hurt by plenty of stuff, so okay, I guess I can approve that as a dad." And now we get a world of my own. Questions while I search again for sad music?
I was thinking that Joker was saying, "Oh, I love Mercury. It tastes like yellow."
Like jello? It tastes like gelatin. Like...
No, not like gelatin, like jello, the
No.
color.
Yeah, because he's autistic.
And everyone's like, "Okay."
It tastes like jello. I was thinking like, oh, jello was gelatin. Maybe I'm hungry. Sad music.
Sad music was 17. No, 7 was the sad music.
All right. A World of My Own. Which, I don't know if you get the reference, but A World of My Own is the song that Alice sings in her animated movie. In a world of my own. Da 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 dee da da da. No? Okay. So after a while, I don't know why there's a cat here. I don't know, don't ask me that, but ignore the cat. After a time, Damon finds Jokerin and he cuts her sad. Something that seems to be off from her personality. In any case, in all this time, it's been like months already, Jokerin has never been wanting to share his story. She's never wanted to tell like where did she come from, who was she before all this moment. So she just shared like, "Oh, I'm just a circus demon and I am exiled from the underworld because I don't want to share about it. I don't want to talk about it," and her parents will respect that. But still, Damon was like, "I feel like you're actually keeping all this information to yourself, and I think it's going to hurt you, so I encourage you to tell me so." But Jokerin, already in extreme denial, she'll be like, "Oh, haha, you got me. No, I'm perfectly fine, Damon. Don't worry, I'm perfectly fine, yeah." But Damon wouldn't believe that. But he couldn't really force her to do anything else. So finally he found a way to make her talk, but not the important stuff. Instead of saying, "Hey, I was abandoned by my real family," she said, "Well, actually, I was thinking that when I was a kid, I used to have this project in my head. I used to have this idea of like, maybe you're gonna understand me with that hat of yours. the world is full of these stupid rules, and it wouldn't let you be yourself. So I always had trouble with that. This is why I love circuses, because they're the only place that allow you to be yourself. So ever since I was a kid, I had this dream of creating a world of my own. Don't get me wrong, Damon. I actually love to be here with you guys, but I feel like my powers can do more than just you guys, you know? And Damon actually took that as a good thing. So he encouraged her like, well, if you actually want to do something like that, I totally encourage you to do it. So let me know, how can I help you? And so they made a brainstorm, and they said, they basically concluded that Jokerin wanted to help more ghosts, more spirits that for some reason cannot ascend to the afterlife. Because, I mean, she was a ghost as well at some point. Maybe she didn't tell that to Damon, but she's sympathetic on ghosts, and she wants to help them the way she needed help back then, by creating a world full of wonders, magic, and fun only this world could ever imagine. A world just for ghosts. So they said, that's a perfect idea. I love that, a shelter for the ghosts. Sounds like a very ambitious project, but I totally support that idea. So then Jokerin made much more squish squash magic, and she fucking transformed the cottage into a goddamn silver palace, because she was already obsessed with silver. Alas, Mercury. And Angelique and Damon were like, what the fuck? You can't just do that. I actually asked the AI to make them chibi, because that's how I imagined they're like, oh, they're gonna feel so small in front of the palace.
Yeah.
She created a silver palace because golden palaces are for cholos.
Yeah, they're for cholos.
Oh, who Jokerin made that?
Jokerin, what?
What's her actual power?
Her actual power is like circus power. She can do basically magic tricks, and that's it. But because
Sounds like she can change reality.
Yes, she can totally change reality, and that is because of the capitals. I mean, if it weren't because of the capitals, Joker wouldn't ever be able to do this. She will at most be like, oh, look at me, I can disappear this shit. And then just be like doing a simple magic trick. But it's because of the fucking power of 7 gods inside of her that allows her to alter reality and create fucking dimensions. So yeah.
Right now, I just imagine Joker saying like, look, I can turn this pencil into rubber.
Yeah. So they're like, yikes, our child just gave us a goddamn palace. Alright. And Jokerin said, well, I welcome thee, guys, to the Silver Palace. We're gonna make a realm full of ghosts we're gonna help. And you, Mom and Dad, are going to be the royalty of this place. Because obviously Jokerin was also accommodated to first class luxuries. And so she created the 3 thrones for the whole family. Mom, Dad, and daughter. Jokerin, I don't know why Damon is frowning in this one, but okay. Jokerin will crown Damon as the king of the Silver Palace. But it's funny because I've never imagined Damon wearing a crown. I've been imagining Damon wearing a top hat with a crown. I mean, it's not gonna show in this picture, but AI got to manage it in other pictures. You're gonna see later. So she named him. Yeah?
How does he become a puppet?
You'll see. Or maybe not. I don't know how many time we got, but you'll see.
And why?
I gotta wait another month.
And why when I met him, he is not a king anymore?
She's the puppet king.
Yeah, I got the homeless man version.
You got the homeless version. And also Jokerin crowned Angelique as the Mercury... No, not the Mercury Queen. No, as the Silver Palace Queen. In the case of Jokerin, although she's technically the princess of the labyrinth, she said that her crown was her top hat. And she's like, I don't want to be called the princess. I want to be called the Joker of this place. But yeah, technically she is a princess of this place.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the princess and the Joker of this place, although technically I'm a god.
Humbly, I'm gonna be humbly just the Joker. Just the jester. And that brings us to the Mercury Labyrinth.
Ah, my home.
Oh god. Let's go. Questions?
You can keep.
Yeah, am I gonna be able to get out of the labyrinth before I die?
Good question. I don't know.
Yes.
So now that the place had a king, a queen, and a joker, now they needed subjects. Now they needed people. So Jokerin will be in hunt of ghosts, and she found one pretty easily in the woods. And she took this ghost somewhere. She said like, hey, come with me and you'll be in a world of your imagination. So follow me, cause you're gonna die of intoxication. Actually, I love this picture. I want to draw it myself, like in this style. So she makes more.
What's wrong with her hand?
I know.
It breaks my brain. It breaks my brain.
Yeah, I was gonna say that you need to redraw that because the hand.
It breaks my brain.
Ignoring the hand.
Goddammit.
It's a nice picture for me, and it was like, oh, I like this one. I'm gonna redraw this one day. So yeah, she makes some splish splash more power, and she decided to just like nothing. Yeah.
It is both hands at the same time. It is a left hand and a right hand, depending on how you see the shading.
So it's the Schrodinger's hand.
Yes.
Yeah,
You're right. That's weird.
yeah, that's why I'm telling you, it's breaking my mind.
So a little bit more of sparkles, ignoring the weird hand. Flish! She creates, finally, the labyrinth. Just in front of the Silver Palace. That's how it used to be at first. Because she wanted to give the first ghost a game. And she thought about a labyrinth. And the ghost, although she looks fucking terrified in this one, she's like, wow, a labyrinth, this is so much fun. And Jokerin is just like, yeah, come flee with me. I'm gonna take you to the Silver Palace so you can meet the queen and the king of the Mercury Labyrinth. Because already Jokerin was like so upset with Mercury. It was already in the walls, but nobody cared. They were like, we don't see the danger in it. We don't even know it's dangerous, so it's cool. So that brings us to the Angelician capital. Do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, you can keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that I can do one more chapter before I faint.
Alright. I don't know how long this is gonna be. So Angelician capital. We actually need fancy music again.
Oh, I thought that it was the circus music again.
No, don't worry. So Jokering, just like nothing, she created a whole fucking dimension with a full population, habitated,
Populated.
yeah, thank you, populated town, and it was wonderful because it was like a Victorian town, but filled with fun and silly willies, gillies, thingies. Although the picture doesn't show it, men were allowed to wear dresses. Women were allowed to wear cool suits. And there were balloons everywhere and circus stuff in there and here, filled with children laughing, no stupid rules. And it looks like this Victorian town was always in party mode, you know?
And you could fill your glasses with mercury instead of water.
Exactly, there is no water here. And that doesn't even matter because you are dead. All these people are ghosts that Jokerine found along the way, and she offered them a shelter. And honestly, it worked. It was a perfectly shaped shelter for all of these homeless ghosts that didn't have anywhere to go. Even animals were already in this place. Ghost animals. And so there was finally the Silver Fountain. The Mercury Fountain. It was basically an eternal loop of mercury. It was endless. It was the heart of the mercury. This is where they will get all the infinite mercury. That's my point. And that's how, she looks fucking little in this one, but and this is how Angelique, Damon, and Jokerine ruled the Mercury Labyrinth so happily. Despite the mercury here and there, but there was no problem with it. And then bring it to Taylor the Tailor. So, is that it for you guys, or you still want more? You can be honest.
do one more. This chapter was short.
Although
Yeah.
I think this one is long. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, no worries. I don't have to.
15 minutes.
Okay, I think that's gonna be the last one then. Taylor the Tailor, we're gonna need like dark, sad music. I don't know, we're just gonna get this one. No, I need something sad. It was number 7, right?
7 or 17. 16. I think it could also be.
16. Ooh, wait up. I think I haven't opened that one yet. 16. Yeah. Alright. Taylor, the Tailor. It's time to get back to this girl. Taylor, a grumpy teenager who had no one in life. She was an orphan, and she was taken by Damon. Not adopted, but taken. And be like, oh, you want something to say? Then work for me, bitch. It wasn't like that, but it was kinder. It's like, well, I offer you shelter, and I can teach you how to tailor stuff. And that was the business they had. But now that Damon is dead, everything is empty now. She doesn't have a purpose. She doesn't even have to do the shop anymore, the hat shop. All she had was this stupid donkey. You stupid donkey. I love that picture from from Ramsey. But alright. She actually, as a grief ritual, she wanted to visit the cottage. Damon's cottage. After like a time of his decease, because, well, she missed him a lot. And she wanted to visit this place. But instead of the cottage, where she remembers exactly where it was, she found something different. She found a labyrinth in the middle of the woods, like perfectly shaped with a fence door and everything. what is going on? And even like a sneeze, it ran away again. Damn it! I want to sneeze so bad.
Look at the light.
Oh my god, it's there, but it just doesn't come out.
Tickle your nose.
Man, it doesn't go away. I gotta live with that. Okay. She found the fucking labyrinth. Okay. And curious enough, she got into the place. She entered because it was magical. It was yeah, magical. There's no other word for that. And Jokerine found her. And she was amazed to find the first human that came into the Mercury Labyrinth. All of the other people were just ghosts that she found, that she looked herself, but a human coming by herself? Now that's new. And she was happy to meet Taylor. She's like, well, welcome to the Mercury Labyrinth. You really need to meet the queen and the king. Well, Taylor didn't tell her anything about Damon because she didn't know this demon had any relation with Damon whatsoever. And obviously, like this real part in Taylor where she's like, what the fuck? Is she real? I didn't know demons were real. What the fuck? Okay, I gotta live with that now. And so Jokerine took her through the labyrinth to go to the Andalusian capital. Which at that time I think it was just called the capital and that's it.
What's with your face? Look like a Kiss singer.
A what?
Kiss finger? It's a singer from the band Kiss. A metalhead.
Oh, yeah, okay. Kiss from the band.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know. They put her some clown makeup in her. So Jokerine took her to the Andalusian capital. The capital right now. And I didn't notice that actually AI made a gay picture. That's amazing because it's hard. It's hard to get this stuff.
AI is woke.
AI is woke. Kinda.
Yeah, I can testify it's hard to get out of the labyrinth.
Yeah, you gotta find something. No, but she actually got to meet the capital. Precisely, a Victorian town so happily filled with colors, music, carnival games, men wearing dresses, girls wearing suits. Everything was perfect, and she was amazed by all this ambience.
Nice. So the grumpy Taylor managed to know the capital city and everything beautiful, while the lovely salaryman just finds a line of corpses.
Don't be jealous. Don't be envious, I mean. You're gonna get your chance to see stuff. You can be in this place. Right with a bit of luck, you can be in this place next week. Oh, man. Okay. But, despite everything, Taylor was concerned about stuff in this place. The place looked beautiful, but the people didn't seem to be alive. And that's where she noticed, like, wait a minute, all these people are fucking dead. Okay. Cool. And I'm the only one alive. Cool. But that's fine. Nobody wanted to hurt her. And look at this chubby horse! That's a chubby horse!
Okay. A chunky one.
A chunky one!
Is that a botero?
Look at that. That's a very chunk boy. And eventually, Taylor was driven to the Silver Palace. And that's where she found Damon? Damon, is that actually you? I thought you were dead. Well, I'm just like those people outside. I'm a ghost, I believe. But I'm here, present. And so they re-encountered. Damon was so happy to have his young assistant back, at least in this visit. And same for Taylor. She was like, oh my fuck, you fucking idiot. I can't believe that you're here. And Jokerin didn't like that too much. Because there's only one daughter.
Yeah, you're taking my daddy.
You're taking my dad. I know that you were there first, but he's my dad. He's more my dad than yours, okay?
I just sent you a chunky words on the chat.
Oh, let me see. Oh my god! Oh, it's true! This actor will always draw chubby people. I didn't know it will always... I will also draw chibi animals. Nice. But yeah, Jokerin had no idea that this girl had any relation with Damon whatsoever. So she's like, oh, so you wanted to steal my daddy away. Cool. When it comes to Angelique, Taylor never liked Angelique for obvious reasons. Funny. I mean, it was not the intention, but it's like these three girls are craving for Damon in different ways. Like, Angelique is a proper wife here. Taylor is like, I dream of him. And Jokerin is like, he's my dad. And they all want him. As if he was Ambrose, but whatever. But then they told...
For Ambrose.
What?
For Ambrose.
For Ambrose.
He got nothing.
And he left with nothing.
Yeah. All good men get nothing in the end.
I was gonna say, all good men go to heaven.
Does he become relevant later on?
Ambrose?
Yeah.
No, he's gone.
Yeah, he's there for good. That's why.
Nice guy finished last, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. And so, Taylor told Damon to go back. Or to better say, like, what the fuck is this place? I don't understand shit. And so Damon explained her, like, okay, so this is Jokerin. Believe it or not, she's kind of a goddess. And she created all this shit. Yeah, this cute, weird face created all this stuff. Okay, and, well... she's been helping Angelique and I a lot in this whole time. So yes,
helping is an understatement.
What?
Helping is an understatement.
Good point. Well, solving our lives. She's been doing everything for us. She's giving us the best lives ever, even if we're dead already. And we're having our best lives. And so Taylor said, well, I have nothing expecting me outside. Maybe a donkey, but I don't care. So I want to join you guys. And Damon said, are you sure, kid? Because that implies joining us. And by joining us, I mean dying. Yeah, okay, I don't care.
Who's she gonna become?
Well, Taylor wants to die to join the royal family. Well, I mean, Taylor at first was thinking about it. Was like, is it a good idea? Should I do it? But again, she doesn't have anything else. All she had was Damon, and now he's here, and he decides to willingly stay in this surreal place. So she said yes. Yes, I'm going to die.
She doesn't want to die to become part of the royal family. She wants to die to become the royal lover.
Yeah, exactly. Basically. And oh my god, I was never able to do the picture I always wanted in my head, but Jokering is the one that take Taylor to baptize her in the Mercury fountain. That was how she was going to be mercurized directly. And so she was baptized, and it was a ceremony where other mercurized assisted to. I mean, it is said as like pretty enough, but I mean, she had to drown. She had to drown in a fucking mercury fountain. She had to die of drowning. And so eventually, after drowning, she got mercurized. And she became the old famous Taylor. The one with the green hair. She was a new person because, yeah, Jokering's Mercury logic does that to you. It does, like, funny transformations to your body. Like, just out of nothing. So, yeah. And she was transformed into this Stitch doll because she became the official Taylor of the Labyrinth. What does that mean? Is that for every new Mercury that the Labyrinth will get, she will be in charge of creating the suit of the person. So yes, she was filled with all these steampunk accessories and all these needles on her hair. Yeah, that is canon. And she was...
You already have an illustration of her?
Yes, I'm gonna show her actually in the next slide. And that is Taylor. She got to grow up a little bit. And...
Taylor the Taylor.
Taylor the Taylor. Ah! And she's happy. She's having her best life doing the suits of the Mercurized. Because she can do precisely extravagant outfits. Just like what she knew.
Is she
I didn't put
still
the drawing.
for Damon?
Where? Sorry?
Is she still horny for Damon?
Yes. I mean, not enough because she already understands a scenery where she cannot mess with Damon. She knows that Jokering will do something to her. She already knows Jokering is someone to be not feared of, really, but more like you don't want to mess with her because she's obviously more powerful than her. But she's still like secretly... What?
Yeah, that doesn't mean she still doesn't have the lust for the man.
Exactly. And it seems that I forgot to put the picture, so let me put it real quick so you can see it. Because I put other pictures, but apparently not her, so yeah, okay, give me a second. Good thing I have it here with me. Okay, old art? Was it an old art? I don't remember. I think she was. Yeah, just give me a second because I don't remember in which folder it was. Oh, yeah, there she is. Taylor the Taylor. This is Taylor the Taylor. Oh, what the fuck? Wait a minute. Yeah. So she has the stitches, the steampunk accessory, the needles on her hair.
I had seen her already, but I forgot.
Yeah, I drew her back in 2021. So this is her. And she's already grown up, and this is how she got after her mercurization. Pretty cool, huh?
Very nice, but she's missing the weird perspective.
The weird perspective? What do you mean?
The drawing needs to have more perspective.
Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, right. Nah, I mean, it's just like a concept drawing, so I just draw them like in stiff poses.
Sketch.
Yeah, sketch poses.
A quick sketch.
And that brings us to the mother dimensions, but we're gonna leave that for another meet and bleed, if that is desired.
La madre de madres, as they say in Blasphemous.
La madre de madres, tío. Hostia, tío. So, what do you think of the new lore so far?
It is really cool to see how the Mercury world is coming together now.
Yes, we got to see the last Victorian drama, Angelique and Damon's affair, love affair, and how that actually was the last piece to let the Mercury Labyrinth be born.
I like a lot the lore of the labyrinth. I think that the next role I'm going to have a nice conversation with Jokerin if I find her.
Thank you so much. And yeah, actually, if you let me spoil this to you, it's actually pretty easy to call Jokerin. She hears you. Like, if you literally just say Jokerin, she's gonna pop up like and be like, hey.
She saved Chimney.
Oh yeah, Chimney and Tenchi, yeah.
Chimney just screamed, Jokerin! And she came and saved them.
I think I still don't know her name in game.
No, she appeared to everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, but I was AFK in that moment.
Yeah, sadly enough, but yes, AFK Jokerin still visited you and welcomed you to the Mercury Labyrinth.
And I remember that when I talked with Damon, he didn't tell me like her name. He just told me that there was this entity that ruled everything, and I wanted to bargain with her, and he said like, yeah, that's not a good idea.
Well, yes.
So now I'm on a mission of collecting every trinket that I can find to see what can help me to bargain with her.
I don't think she's that hard to impress, to be honest. It just needs to be something fun. Something circus-like, or something like a toy, or I don't know, something that is like, that's a happy trinket.
I have a funny diary in Portuguese. You want to read it?
Don't you have a toy? I think you have toys with you.
Yeah, I think I have one. Well, I don't know. Questions for the role.
Well, maybe that could work. And interesting, why will Damon not be saying good stuff about Joker? He will be like, you don't want to mess with her. Huh. Well,
yeah.
We'll know that later in another episode.
Guess I'll have to find out before I die.
You really need to survive this shit, Kachako.
I'm poisoned to the... I think I'm 90% mercurized. I already see dead people.
I mean, you're very intoxicated, but you're barely like in 50%, I think.
Yeah, like the sixth sense kid has nothing on me. She's like, I see dead people, dude. I taste dead people.
Ah, yeah, you're already cannibal in that way. You already tasted people.
Yeah.
Well, you needed to survive, so we can't judge you.
I don't know. If I die, I'm going to reborn as a... I don't know. Let's see.
As a puker Mercury.
I'm gonna be a blob of puke.
Every time that you want to speak, you're gonna be like, blood. Oh god, that seems a horrible fate, so you better not die before that.
Well, that depends on my luck.
Yeah, totally. So, any more questions, or is that it?
No more questions for me.
Yeah, for the Mercury world, that's it.
Alright, so let's go back to Shad. Shad. Let me just put back the rock lobster music. Well, interesting, right? More lore, and finally we got into the Mercury Labyrinth. Finally! It took us like 3 sessions for that.
Like 3 months.
So now it's time for you guys to explore the origins of the Mercury Labyrinth dimensions and how they got corrupted. What was the first dimension, and what is the chronological order of that? When did Alice arrive? I mean, that's not really important because she's secondary, but but hey, we can focus on other characters later on that.
She's not secondary, she's the narrator.
Exactly.
Nah, she-
I'm the narrator, so that doesn't matter. You don't need to know my story.
He's
Just
the
kidding.
protagonist of Fairy Tale World.
The protagonist of what?
Fairy Tale.
I am the protagonist of Fairy Tale, yeah. But yeah, I can't wait for you
that's
to
enough for
know all about these new characters, which most of them are already designed,
Yeah.
fortunately.
Yes, I'm excited about it.
And it's fun because I practically then have already the next meet and bleed prepared because I made more slides than I should have. But because I was like, I don't know if we're gonna get too excited, I don't know what's gonna happen. But I'm glad I did.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. But I don't know, maybe you're interested in something else. Won't judge if you do actually. So thank you guys again for the session of tonight. Thank you for being interested in the Mercury Labyrinth lore. It really means a lot to me that you guys are interested in a story that I've been working for a very long time. It means a lot. So thank you guys. So, again, also thank you for voting for this activity. And let's see what you guys want to do for the next meet and bleed. Alright? So, does anybody
Alright.
wants to say anything before we wrap this up?
Yes, of course. Thank you for all the amazing lore and work that you are creating for us.
Thank you.
Everything's really amazing. I left you DMs so you can check it out later.
Oh, okay.
Have a sweet nightmares. Have a nice rest. Have a nice meal because it's late. And kisses, lots of kisses. I love you so much.
Aw, I love you so much too, Reldex. I love you so much too, Cachaco.
Why? I didn't do anything.
But you're cool. I like you.
You're
yeah, cool.
You exist and that's cool enough. So, thank you guys again. And that is the end of our week. So, we'll keep in touch and see you guys next week. Bye bye, guys.
Nice lore, like always. It was really nice story. It's taking a good turn.
Yeah, hope for the best luck for you, Cachaco, on our next roleplay. Bye bye.
I was thinking that if I die, I'll have a nice afterlife.
Yeah, I mean, dying honestly doesn't matter anymore because it's not a deity. You're gonna be there anyway.
Yeah. You warned us at the beginning that none of us was going to survive, so
Yeah. So there's nothing to worry about. Don't worry. And we can always
Okay,
cure
that's
your puking curse if you have one.
I don't think I can. I have too much corpses on my way.
Well, we'll see. Alright, guys. Now, yes. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye bye.